And you can see some of the lights as we're flying over from some of the roadways inside. Let's touch down over here by our road and walk up to the city gate. Central City South Gate. There are actually 3 gates into the city, one from the south, one from the east, and one from the west. Each built the same way, which took time, to say the least, because I actually made iron gates for the city wall. We are currently in the Southgate District Zone for light residential. Focused on houses, small businesses, and decoration. Cox Park is to the west. It is a limited build site. We'll take a look at Cox Park first. We're going to take a left on Cox Parkway. Hey, look, there's a villager. Oh, there's 2 of them, and they're apparently trying to run away by by suicide. There's an infestation in the city of villagers, because when I spun the villagers, they were just villagers. There was no trading with them, there was no breeding them or anything like that. Since then, they updated the game and added in the ability for villagers to reproduce. Basically, as long as something can be registered as a house, basically as long as there's an interior with lights and doors and the like, they love it, and based on the number of doors, they make baby villagers. There are a lot of doors in a city, so there are a lot of villagers now. Welcome to Central City's Jennifer Cox Park. Construction here should be limited to park facilities. This includes campsites, public toilets, and playgrounds. Please limit tree trimming, lumber work, and no fires. Park hours are from sunrise to sunset. Camping is permitted, but at the camper's own risk. Due to limited lighting, hostile mobs may spawn here. Discovered mines may be claimed within the park. However, mine work must not harm the park's surface. And this is actually something I referenced to a moment ago. This is the Lover's Leap. Get out of the way, villager. Originally, before our Day After Tomorrow event happened, this would have been a safe place to dive. Now it would be a lethal place to dive. Fortunately, that's not a problem for me. Basically, that's the end of the actual constructed road. The rest of it's open parkland with just a few lamps here and there. And yeah, I wasn't kidding. There's an infestation of villagers in this park.
It's a lot of villagers.
And I'm just going to do a flyover of the park because there's not a lot to see, really. And there's a creeper. Park spreads along this distance. There's a lot of cliffside, especially on this edge of the city. That was one of the earlier updates. Created new terrain, basically. And whenever that happened, the new biomes occurred, and the point in the world that we had explored up to existed before the new biomes. So after we began exploring further out, it started generating brand new stuff and didn't complete the existing. So there's basically a straight edge cut along the southern edge of the city. Again, the city wall, you can actually walk along that. There are actual guard towers. We did actually build a stairwell on the inside of each one. These are identical, which was a pain in the butt, I can assure you. I really did actually count off how far I wanted them and built them the same way each time. I really like the way the city wall turned out. It's huge. This city is kilometers across, but I think it turned out pretty good. And the intention was to allow people to come and settle here and build their own things, so there's actually a lot of places for building. Here is number 1 Singer Place, Cyrus's house. No admittance except on party business, and half a dozen villagers come out of the house.
Yeah, when I came in to the place, I thought you did that on purpose.
Nope, they just all made their way over here because it's a home. They were out on the street.
Fortunately, I know a place in the industrial district where nobody will notice the bodies.
They just keep coming in now, too.
Don't do it.
He turns around in a little...
Don't do it.
I ain't gonna help you. You can just stop looking at me. He sank into the ground. There he is. I didn't know they could burrow like that. Cyrus also built this fountain over here. I don't remember. Did you build this house over here too?
I think so, yeah.
Number 2 Singer Place. This one's for sale. Inquire at the castle. Pretty straightforward house. This is where you started implementing the lampshades on the lighting. This was the first sort of bridge thing that I built, and you can see some of the other... Oh, good lord. They're all over the place down there.
Good God.
And they're on the hillsides too. Yeah, this was the first pseudo bridge that I built. It's actually a decline. I had to build a couple of these in a couple of different places because there are such steep hillsides. That's one thing I would change about Central City, is that some of these hillsides are just way too steep. There's no good way to build a road down from it. And this building over here, I think, was one of the buildings that Cyrus built. Number 1,
Yep,
Valley View Lane, another for sale house. And there's a bunch of squatters inside.
This used to be a good neighborhood.
Yeah, there's one up here too. One of the purple ones.
You guys are rich. Diamond pickaxe and 2 emeralds for an enchanted diamond pickaxe. Unbreaking 3.
So basically, give him an emerald and he'll enchant your diamond pickaxe. Trick to this area is there's a lot of open land still to be built on. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. This gives you a pretty good view of it. We're going to start by going down to the lower level.
Ignore the horrible torches, because the snow wasn't there.
This is
especially
Plastic
monsters.
Beach. No littering.
That's a Gorilla's lesson reference.
Got some, just a couple of beach umbrellas. Which I think you built these too, didn't you?
Yep. I was really disappointed when the ocean froze over.
I was gonna say, it used to be a good thing, now it's kinda sad. Also, you might notice, yes, indeed, the city walls actually do descend beneath the ground a short distance. Some of them much farther than this. I mean, it could be, since this is the one that Wayne built his house on.
Yeah, I may have named it. I don't think I did though.
Upstairs, and there's a couple of balconies on this house where you can go out and look at the view. And really, there's some really good views. You can see the next of the fires. The city looks good at night, especially the parts we have properly lit.
Yeah, if we had a bunch of buildings and they were all lit like that, it would look amazing.
And that was the idea, that eventually this would all be opened up.
This was my first foray. My first foray into.
And the dog just jumped down from above for some reason.
Is it following me?
Yeah, I think so. That's why I said it's probably yours. I don't know that we need to go any further into his tunnels underground, but yeah, he has a mine dug out underneath this, and things get interesting when you go down there. You get lost really easily.
Yep.
The mended drum, no pigmen, and boy, there are a lot of villagers in there. This one, they like. I don't know why, but they do.
There's a... Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
There's a little cellar here.
This never got used, even though the intention was to actually use it eventually. Have tournaments and stuff.
Yep.
This is the underground arena. Little fighting arena.
It's a club for warfare-based activities.
Alright, we'll continue down here, and now's a good time to stop and take a look at the bridges. I've been avoiding them. This was the first one, the first actual bridge I built, and there's one thing, I've said it several times, I'll say it again, I'm insane. You're going to see these bridges get more and more intricate as we travel around. It's actually maybe the second one I built. I think I built the one over on the north side first.
Yeah, you did. This was definitely one of the second ones, because I remember the first one.
This bridge I built after that one, and after I'd built more roads. It's always kind of weird too. Look at how the water doesn't freeze under the bridge.
Yeah, that's...
So there's just like a stripe of water underneath.
It doesn't freeze underneath things, which is very odd. Jesus Christ. Look at him in there. Murray's. Yeah, it's a local convenience store chain. Yeah, this is vaguely based on the appearance of some of them. They don't really have like a uniform appearance, but this is based on one of the ones that I've been to.
Very popular place with the villagers, apparently. Get out of the way, I'm trying to look at the...
They do make very good sandwiches.
And I just punched through one of your chests and spilled fish all over the floor. And I think we'll go up this first. This was one of the hazards relative to the concept. Again, there's just this sheer rock wall, so if I want to connect the streets, I have to come up with a means to get up there. So, in this case, the road turns into basically a parking garage in order to get you to the top. We've come to the downtown business district. Dense business, construction here should be buildings and skyscrapers. Mostly open because I'm the only person that's actually built a skyscraper yet. And we actually built a little parking area because I thought if it's going to be inside the city, people are probably going to treat it like a tourist attraction. There's probably would be a reason in a city to have it built that way. This is Tyranor, Fire of the Vigilant. Hopefully I have a screenshot so you can see the difference between this and the original from the old world.
I'm sure you could rebuild the original in like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah. Fire of the Vigilant.
Because the Fire of the Vigilant was the first one you built in the first world, in our the really old one, because that was right near your house. It was also on top of a mountain, so it wasn't very big.
Yeah, it was at the top at that time of the sky limit. So yeah, it was maybe as tall as one of these pyres. It went up to about here. Alright, let's go into the parking garage. First of all, let's get a look on the outside here. Just from the base. There are 2 towers connected by an atrium. And there's a full parking garage with 2 levels. And now we run into all of the, like, thousands of NPCs that have made this place home.
Oh god.
Stop playing with my doors. Here they come. I just cut the door down.
This is awful.
Yeah.
Do you know how many doors are in this place?
Quite a few. And I think I'm gonna go in from this side, from outside, through the main lobby. This is number 12 Newell Circle, the Capstone building. And then on this level we have the knock. None of these actually do anything, but, you know, I wanted it to look right, so... Yeah, there's like a full network operations set up in here. Made out of books and redstone torches.
It does look like circuitry, though.
Yeah. And then at the top level over here is the office.
I don't know that we need to do every floor.
Yeah. Basically, this is where we start getting into the actual different offices and the like. Earwig, Seidel Accounting, more villagers inside. Atron Telcom. There are different businesses set up on a bunch of these, and several that are available basically for lease. Rid of some of these guys. This is ridiculous. They just keep coming. Invasion of the testificates. Okay, level 8. Let's see where we're at. Cloud 8 Lounge. And there's one stuck in the table. Yeah, the Cloud 8 Lounge, little bar, up on level 8. And, woo! I did populate most of the offices, but this is an example of one of the ones that's available for lease. Inquire at Central Castle. Level 10, top floor, BWL development. Now I'm going up to the sky deck so that I can take off from out here and get a better look at the outside of the building, if the cloud wasn't in the way. You can see on the top of tower, there is a villager on the roof of the building. Like, not out on the actual sky deck, but on one of the sloped edges. This is what they call hammer down protocol, isn't it?
This is what they call dealing with cockroaches.
Yeah. The lag, and there's TNT all over the place. Waiting on it to update.
That actually went very smoothly for me.
I gotta say, the building held up pretty well, considering.
Yeah, it did.
Alright, let's move on. And this was the first bridge that I built over here.
Yeah, it's a lot more simpler in design.
Yeah.
Than the other ones that we've seen.
Yep. And that connects us. We're now moving into the industrial district. Things are a little bit simpler named. Bridgeport Avenue, stuff like that. I'm actually going to stop as we pass through the industrial district so that we can go look at the other side of the city and kind of finish off with the castle.
That sounds good.
You are listening to Free Music by Dano. Download free MP3s at danosongs.com.